Ron Kaufman once said, "The only way to go further than you've ever been is to take an extra step." It's a question which quite possibly could alter the trajectory of your life.
If you can outlast that discomfort, I guarantee you, baby, on the other side of it is success.
If you're not willing to go in there and face yourself, you're not gonna find anything. You're gonna live right here on surface, man, right here on surface. So if there is an ending to this world, and there is somewhere to go, and there's a judgment, you're gonna get there and you might see a chart. And that chart may tell you who the f you should have been. And now you get the rest of your life to think about that. Man, I could have lived a much better life if I just would have just suffered a little bit more. If I just would have went in that and realized I had so much more. But fear and the 40% and living here versus living here, being afraid, stop me.
All roads to success, you gotta go through pain. Success, when you travel down success, you gotta go through the road of pain, baby. I told you before, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Your biggest enemy, the most important conversation you will ever have in your life is the one you have with yourself. You wake up with it, you walk around with it, you go to bed with it, eventually you're going to act on it. It's about you. It is about you. It's strictly about you finding who you are. So many people die, live 100 years, never fucking know who they are. Never know who they are. You have to look in that mirror and know there's so much more in here, man. Because I can literally right now be a 300-pound guy spraying for cockroaches still to this day. If I did not look in that mirror, this can't be it. And then willing to go into it, dive deep into it, and give all I have to find it. So that's what all that's about.
Listen to me, I guarantee you, if you can outlast pain, if you can get through that pain, if you can get through that discomfort, all right? If you think you're just gonna get that business started without any trials or tribulations, forget about it. Don't even try to be successful. It's a wrap. It's not going to be easy, but I want you to feel that pain going through your body. And as pain leaves your body, guess what's gonna take its place? Success. And so you gotta change your mindset. We gotta stop looking at pain as if it's something negative. On the other side of it is success.
We surround ourselves around people that make us feel great. They tell us what we want to hear. Let's say there's 10 people in this room and we're all mediocre. But I'm the best of the mediocre people. I now think I'm great. I'm great. We don't want that in our lives. We don't want that person who's constantly challenging our weaknesses. We want that person who's constantly, making us feel nice and good and secure in ours. That's the mediocrity of life. We want to be the best amongst the average people. You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen.
And you keep talking about the mistakes. You keep talking about the past. You keep talking about your trials. You keep talking about your situation. And I want you to know that everybody that's ever been great, everybody has had an obstacle to overcome. They've had a barrier that they had to climb.
It's a beautiful world because that's where you find yourself. You don't find yourself in over here. You find yourself on the other end. Like the 100-mile race I was on, I ran it for 24 hours. I found myself on the other end of that race. That 19 hours, I found, wow, there's a whole nother world out here that I've never even saw. But the world's in your mind. And that's what all that mediocrity is about. The mind has the tactical advantage over you at all times.
Don't fool yourself into thinking that this year is going to be better than last year if you're still making excuses. There are no excuses. You cannot cheat success. You got to work for it. You got to breathe it. You got to sleep it. You got to eat it. You got to put forth 120%.
At all times of your life, the mind has a tactical advantage over you. Why is that? It knows what you're afraid of. It knows your insecurities. It knows your deep, dark lies. And it starts to push you away from that. It pushes you in a direction that is comfortable. The mind controls everything. This is the time where you have to gain control back of your mind. And say, okay, let me see if I can go 45%. And once you start giving yourself more and more hope and start realizing, okay, the mind starts to be, okay, what are you doing? We're supposed to be going right and you're going left. You start then controlling your mind. Start finding more in yourself. And then it goes from 40% to a lot further than that. But that's the start of it though. Get to the spot where your mind is saying stop. Wherever that is, you gotta get there first. And then that's when that starts to work for you.
It wasn't about suffering. It was about growing, evolving, and transforming into something unimaginable. It's about the joy, the satisfaction that comes from knowing that you gave your all. You pushed a little more. And in doing so, you discovered a new horizon of possibilities. You see, the extra mile. It's a state of mind that drives you to strive for more, to never settle for less. It's the path where ordinary becomes extraordinary, where potential transforms into prowess. Challenge yourself. Dare to go the extra mile, for it is there that you'll find your true potential, your extraordinary self.